WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. Jonathan Dent sitting in for Terry Henney here on this wonderful Thursday morning, along with Matthew Lester here in studio. Thank you so much for being along with us. Terry will be back tomorrow, I believe, if I've got my information correct. But in the meantime, we'll weather on. Got some market updates coming. Things look mostly positive as I take a glance right now. We'll get a little bit more in depth on that in just a little bit. But for right now, let's take a look at what the weather's doing. Continuing to warm up here today as we expect to be quite a bit warmer over the next couple of days. We'll continue with mostly sunny skies through the rest of today, mostly clear overnight tonight. That lunar eclipse really showing up early tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning. A pretty good chance to get a view of that. Yesterday, we only made it up to 44 for a high with fair conditions, then down to 27 just before sunrise this morning. No precipitation to speak of. More of that coming up early this weekend. Warming back up, though, today with the sunshine here this morning. Right now, Matthew, what do you got?
Currently, over at the airport, it's mostly sunny at 39. Over in Midland, it's mostly sunny at 41. Here, Radio Center, it's mostly sunny at 39. We have variable winds at 2 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.98, and it's rising.
Yeah, those winds going to be picking up here over the next 24, 48 hours or so. 56 are projected high for today with those mostly sunny skies. A slight southeast breeze picking up tonight, dropping down to just above freezing, partly cloudy, a low of 34. As I said, a total lunar eclipse beginning around 1 a.m. Overnight tonight. Totality starting around 2:30 a.m. until about 3:30 peak time, right between at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning for anyone interested in checking that out. More clouds building into the day tomorrow, but that won't stop us from warming up significantly. 71 are projected high with winds out of the south blowing at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Those winds pick up, especially in the afternoon, gusting up to 30 miles per hour. This is due to a low pressure system moving west to east. It's starting to affect us tomorrow as it goes across the continental U.S. Those southerly winds helping us to warm up, also bringing precipitation with that low pressure system tomorrow night. A chance for some thunderstorm activity after midnight. We'll get down to 53 for a low tomorrow night. Strong southerly winds gusting up to 45 miles per hour. And that picks up and, well, it doesn't pick up much, but it continues into Saturday. The rain and the winds throughout the day, once again reaching 71, 72 for a high on Saturday. Then that low pressure system finally moves through Saturday evening and overnight. Our temperatures quickly return to closer to normal for this time of year. Still a bit of precipitation overnight, but we get down to a low of around 40, and we won't warm up too much on Sunday. Still got rain and winds with a high in the upper 40s. The majority of that precipitation moves out during the day, but if it sticks around much longer into the afternoon and evening hours on Sunday, it could turn into some freezing rain or even snow as we begin cooling down with a high or to the high 20s for Saturday night, or Sunday night rather. Once all that rain does clear out, back to more of kind of what we're used to for this time of year, at least to start out the work week. Monday, mostly sunny, highs around 50. Tuesday, more clouds moving in, and we'll warm up, possibly nearing that 60-degree mark. So for right now, focus is on the next 72 hours or so today. A little warmer than yesterday with mostly sunny skies. Clouds building tomorrow, as well as those south-southwest winds warming up to 71 degrees for a high. Tomorrow night, the rain starts and it sticks with us all through Saturday. We stay warm before the temperatures drop off on Sunday and into Sunday night, and the rain will peter out during that time as well. Our long-range outlook takes us through March 26th. We're looking at above average temperatures, above normal precipitation values as well. Our average high for March the 13th, 41 degrees. Our average low of 25. Record high for this date set in 1990 was 72 degrees. We'll be reaching that, or pretty close to it, over the next couple of days here. Our record low, which we will not be reaching anywhere near, of 3 was set in 2013. Sun sets this evening at 7:41, rises tomorrow morning at 7:50. As I mentioned, a chance to see a total lunar eclipse. I think I'll be sleeping through it, but for anyone interested, that going on between about 2:30 and 3:30 in the morning. We'll have more on the weather forecast as we move on through here this morning. Kind of busy show this morning. Coming up next for our market report, who are we talking to, Matthew?
Up next, we have Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
That's what's coming up. But first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors made easy. So simple. All you have to do is call 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Remember, they share your enthusiasm for your antique machine, and they know that you want to keep it running. That's why they take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts, because they understand your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. Want to make that unit look really sharp this coming summer? Show it off a little bit at the shows? You can do that. Steiner Tractor. For more information, go to steinertractor.com.
For our market report today, we're going to head over to the Andersons and find Melinda Sweeney. Melinda, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm seeing a little bit of green here this morning. How are we doing?
Yeah, we have corn up 6, beans up 12, and wheat up 9. Corn futures trading higher to start the day, rebounding after yesterday's sharp decline. As traders look for value for lower price levels. Weather concerns in Brazil and continued strong export demand are helping provide support in the trade currently. A shift to warmer and drier than normal conditions over the 2 weeks across much of Brazil's second corn crop region is likely adding some weather premium back to the market, with Brazil's ending stocks projected to be the lowest since 2002. There is little room for production issues, keeping traders focused on weather developments and what that ending stock will look like. Argentina's exchange lower its corn production estimates from 46 million metric tons to 44.5 million metric tons on Wednesday, citing recent adverse weather conditions. Argentina corn harvest is progressing steadily and is expected to be at about 11 to 12% completion this week. Soybean market is attempting to rebound after 4 consecutive days of sell-off. The recent slide is really fueled by uncertainty and pressure in the Brazilian harvest. We found some solid support around the $10 futures level. For May futures, could be psychological threshold act as a magnet for the front month, since September futures with prices spreading are a little bit lower. Soybeans in Brazil harvest continues to supply the global market. As early as this week, Brazil's soybean harvest is about 61%, and China is supposed to import a record number of beans for their second quarter, with a lot of those beans coming from Brazil. Wheat was down yesterday and back up today. A warm and dry outlook for the U.S. plains and much of the Black Sea region over the next 2 weeks is injecting some weather premium back into the wheat market, with winter wheat emerging from dormancy concerns over soil moisture and potential stress on the crop is supporting prices as well. So with the U.S. wheat offers remaining competitively priced for the global market, the U.S. dollar recently hitting its lowest level since November, export prospects are looking to be a little more favorable once we get our lakes back opened up as well.
All right. So keeping an eye on those South American weather conditions and harvest as well. Right now on the board, what do we got?
Yeah, right now nearby corn is at $4.30. New crop 25 corn is at $3.90. Nearby soybeans $9.63. New crop 25 soybeans $9.46. New crop July red wheat $5.13, and new crop July white wheat at $5.53.
All right, Melinda, thank you very much. We'll talk to you again.
Yeah, you guys all have a great day.
You too. Melinda Sweeney with the Andersons. Over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer we go. Market report today brought to you by Weiss Equipment. If you ever wondered how the Farmall got its name, well, here's just a short list of some of the jobs the Case IH Farmall can do: baling, hauling, cultivating, hitching, loading, digging, emergency tow, hoisting, leading parades. Hey, probably going to have a couple of those coming up here soon. Excavating, fertilizing, mowing, cleaning barn. Plenty of work to be done here as we get into spring, and Case IH Farmall can help you do it. Farmall tractors range from 35 to 140 horsepower, and Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth knows that getting the job done starts with choosing the right Farmall. You'll find the right fit for your operation, from the value-packed compact Farmall A Series to the deluxe compact Farmall C and C Series with cabs. So no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red, and that's Farmall tractors available at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. Market report also brought to you by High Fidelity Genetics. With the prices on everything going up now and spring planting coming up, you definitely need to find ways to put a profit on the bottom line. You can save half the cost of seed with High Fidelity Genetics. Get non-GMO seed corn and soybeans that even qualify for organic production. High quality, high yielding seed at half the price. Test plots prove you can get the best for less with High Fidelity Genetics. Find out more by going online at highfidelitygenetics.com. Start today and save. You can go online, once again, highfidelitygenetics.com, or call 515-434-7333. Over to Oppenheimer we go. We say good morning to Doug Klein. Doug, how we doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey, we're doing pretty good, especially with the warm temperatures coming up. What's going on in the markets?
Oh, good. Well, the PPI came in at 0. That's wholesale inflation. That was lower than expected. So it still does usher in probability of interest rate cuts yet this year. And I heard a little bird tell me that the federal government has to refinance somewhere between $7 and $9 trillion worth of debt yet this year, sometime in the next six months from now or so. So they're going to want interest rates lower to make that happen at a good rate for them, of course. And so home builders are kind of in trouble again today. Toll Brothers hitting another new low, so that's weak. Retail is weak. The stock market is weak, down about 1%, a little bit more than 1%, 1.5% on the Nasdaq. The gold miners are okay. They're the only ones that I really see on the new high list. Some of the smaller gold miners that you don't hear about very often, like Wheaton and things like that. And rumor has it that the family investment companies, those are the billion or so dollar accounts that are privately controlled, are kind of sort of loading up on the gold miners and telling them, or getting on their board and telling them, look, you're not going to go to Wall Street and borrow a bunch of money and build new mines, just because the price of gold is up. We're gonna keep the availability of new metal restricted, so the price of gold goes way up. And so that's kind of the rumor floating around. So we'll have to see how that plays out. And I want you to write this number down: 3.2%. That's what Reagan made us in the first 2 years of his presidency. So even though he was a great president for 8 years, the first 2 years kind of struggled. So we'll have to see how that plays out in the U.S. market in this decade. Here's your numbers. The May corn is 467.5, up 6 3/4. September corn 447, up 4.5. The May soybeans 1013, up 12.5. September soybeans 1012, up 10.5. May wheat is 563.25, up 9.25. And September wheat is 594 3/4, up 8.5. The crude oil is 66.86, down 52 cents. Heating oil is 216.74, down 1.1 cents. Gasoline is unchanged, 215.44. Natural gas 419.7, it's up 6 cents. Over to currencies. Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.44 Canadian, that's up 34 ticks. The dollar buys 147.65 yen, that's down by 60 ticks. The euro's at 108.56, down 30 ticks. The dollar's at 103.78, up 17 ticks. Gold's at $29.8620, up $39.40 an ounce. Silver's $34.13, up 55 cents. Platinum's $996.20, up 40 cents. Copper's at $491.05, up 6.1 cents.
All right, Doug, thank you very much. We'll talk to you again later.
All right, will do.
All right, Doug Klein with Oppenheimer. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Jerry Samalski with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center.
As a farmer, you're always thinking ahead, planning and preparing for the next season. You know that a profitable yield depends on weather and timing. While Morgan Composting can't control the weather, they can save you time. From enhancing your soil before planting season with Dairy Dew compost blends to boosting growth with Dairy Dew granulated fertilizers and finishing the growing season strong with powerful liquid foliants made with kelp, humic, and fulvic acid. Morgan Composting has everything you need to get things going and get things growing in a complete package. Whether your farming operation is a greenhouse, an orchard, or thousands of acres of row crops, save time by getting your entire fertility plan made in one place. Morgan Composting, serving Michigan farmers for more than 25 years. Call the soil health experts now at Morgan Composting or visit dairydew.com to learn more.
Dairy Dew. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, you can reach their agents directly on their cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in downtown Reese. It's 989-868-4722. Risk management, it's all about protecting yourself against the bad things, taking advantage of the good things. You can do all of that and more by working with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency.
Over to Bay Landscaping and Garden Center we go now. We say good morning to Jerry Samalski. Jerry, how we doing?
Wonderful, Jonathan. Are we going to experience some great weather for the St. Patrick's Day Parade coming up?
Well, the day before, the couple days before, but it'll be kind of hit and miss on Sunday. We'll have to see, especially in the morning with the races and all of that going on. So tough to say right now.
I think we might skip by with maybe just a little drizzle and maybe a little bit of light rain, but the parade starting at 2, I think, should be in good shape, and things should be still about in the mid 40s to lower 40s, and I think that'll be okay. So, we talk about that with us, and, I keep saying my customers are cold-blooded, like, the reptiles, and what that basically means is a cold-blooded animal gets more active as it gets warmer. And so now it's getting warmer, the sun's out, people are getting active, they're wanting to get in their yard and do things. And so with that comes also the growth of plants. So grass seed is one that people, if they seeded their yard last year, a little spot here and there, they want to come up and it doesn't come up, that what's going to happen is the grass is going to turn green. They're going to look down there and say, nothing's coming. They'll wait a little bit and say, geez, nothing's still coming. They'll wait some more and go, see, it isn't coming. The grass is green. It's not growing. The difference is you have an established grass plant, and that grass plant will start turning green and start growing when air temperatures are in the high 40s, 50s, consistently 60s, and the grass will start growing. Grass seed needs 50-degree soil temperature consistently. Now, that's soil temperature, not air temperature. So if you seeded an area and it's not coming up and the grass is green, patience. Take your time. Again, it'll be coming, but you have to have a patient attitude and wait, and it'll be there. And a lot of people say, well, the birds ate all the grass seed. It all washed away. That's not the case. It just takes longer.
Good advice, Jerry. Thank you very much. We'll keep watching the grass grow.
Well, stay a little more active than that. Remember, if you're a cold-blooded animal, you can watch the grass grow if it's cold, but when it's warm, you're going to be out running around, so don't watch the grass grow. Get out and run around.
That's true, Jerry. Thank you very much. Jerry Samalski with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. We're going to head on over to Craig Voorhees now with the Rummel Insurance Agency. Craig, as Jerry said, people doing a lot of running around, seeing more and more trucks out on the road. If you've got stuff that needs to go somewhere, someone needs to drive the trucks. What insurance issues do we need to keep up to date with?
Well, right, Jonathan. And, most of us are dealing with the weight restrictions right now, but hopefully those will be off sooner rather than later. And, a lot of guys have trucks sitting around, and with the markets the way they are, they're maybe thinking about trying to earn some extra income and putting that truck on the road, hauling for maybe a gravel company, an asphalt company, or the elevator, something to that effect. If you're contemplating doing that, you want to double check with your agent. That will usually require some changes to your auto policy. And depending on how many trucks and how often you're doing it, you might even need a completely different policy, because the ones that we put in place for the farm vehicles oftentimes don't work for those folks who are running the roads commercially. There is a difference, and a lot of people don't know that.
Good advice. Definitely something to keep up to date on. You don't always think about it using the same equipment for a different use. So good reminder there. Craig, thank you very much. We'll talk to you again.
Thanks, Jonathan. Enjoy the sunshine.
You too. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Insurance Agency. Over we go to the Michigan Bean Commission now. We say good morning to Joe Kramer. Joe, how are we doing today?
We're doing okay. Thank you. Sun's shining.
Sun is shining. So what's going on over with beans?
Well, we're spending most of our time, of course, focused on tariffs, whether they're in play already or just being discussed. But lots of activity, lots of discussion. Spending a fair amount of time with Congresswoman Lisa McClain, who's got a good voice or a good audience with the president on occasion, and trying to take advantage of her knowledge of our bean growing area and access to the policymakers. So spending a fair amount of time trying to get in front of that.
Now, obviously, Michigan, definitely a big producer of beans. I imagine we're looking a lot at the export tariffs and things going into Canada. Are we looking too much at things coming into the U.S.?
Well, we haven't spent much time on that, and to be honest with you, our focus has been our southern movement, mainly to Mexico, where we think about every third row of beans in the state of Michigan ends up moving in that direction. So it's significant to us across the U.S. About 25% of the beans produced in the U.S. end up going south. So we're pretty focused on that. We also are still stinging from the 2018 tariffs that went into play for our markets in Europe, and those are back in play today, and trying to make sure that we get a decent a voice with the administration to see if we can't figure out some protection for the bean industry.
Is this going to be something that happens with one move, or is this going to be just kind of a slow progression?
Another good question. We're fearful of the one move.
Mm-hmm.
We're fearful of progression as well, but I think when it happens, it could be just the stroke of a pen, and there you are. You're going to live with it. So we've got a lot of unknowns there. We certainly understand what the president's trying to accomplish in terms of trade balance. We just want to make sure we aren't overly harmed or overly burdened with carrying too much of that load.
Good stuff, Joe. Thank you very much for the information. You have a good one.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission. I had no idea that many beans were being exported from the U.S., so definitely something to be up to date on as things move along. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, a look at the New York markets with Teresa from Baird.
Farm Service is being brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They can help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by and find out how they can be your hometown financial solution. Get more information by going to frankenmuthcu.org.
There are two types of to-dos. To-dos you want to do and to-dos you gotta do. Hopping on your Coyote tractor to plow a little patch of heaven on your land is a want-to-do. But flossing before a dentist appointment so they don't suspect that flossing is a never-do? That's a gotta-do. For all the to-dos you want to do, check out the many models of hardworking Coyote, CS, CX, and CK tractors. Available with up to 72 months financing at 0.99%. For the gotta-dos? Well, Godspeed. Coyote, we dig dirt. For all of your Coyote needs, stop into CMR Tractors in Millington today or visit them online at cmrtractors.com. CMR Tractors is your local Coyote dealer.
As a farmer, you do it all, and so should your technology. Hit the field and go with Ag Leader's new In Command Go displays. Experienced unparalleled visibility and control with the information you need right at your fingertips. The all-in-one screen view enables you to easily monitor everything at once without losing sight of your map, so you can make informed decisions on the go. What are you waiting for? Get going with Ag Leader. Contact PC Ag Solutions, your local Ag Leader dealer, for more details. Need tree trimming? How about tree removal? You need Legendary Tree Care. No job is too big, no job is too small. They're fully licensed and insured, and they specialize in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com, or like them on Facebook. They're there when you need them.
Farm Service brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain. They're your Dairyland seed dealer, carrying a full line of corn and Enlist soybean seed, proven weed control designed to get you a better harvest. Right now, they have a good supply across all Dairyland varieties, including the all-new 4-seed and PowerCore Enlist traded corn hybrids. Contact Justin Varner for more information. Dairyland Seed, we've got seed with your name on it. From your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain since 1983, we're serving you is their business. Over to Baird & Company we go now for a look at the New York markets. We say good morning to Teresa DeBow. Teresa, good morning.
Good morning. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 453 points at 4896, 332 million shares traded. NASDAQ down 293 points at 17,351, 544 million shares traded there. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 334.44, down 369. Deere 471, down 37. CMS Energy 71.43, up a quarter. Dow 36.24, up 49. DuPont 74.74, down 76. Corteva 58.66, down 34. General Motors 47.59, down 31. Trinzio 401, down 38. Walmart 84.11, down $1.09. Huntington Bank 14.35, down 21. Independent Bank 30.44, down a penny, and AT&T at 26.17, up 45 cents.
All right, Teresa, thank you very much. You have a good one.
You as well.
Teresa DeBow with Baird & Company. We'll be right back.
Do you own farm property or hunting property in eastern Michigan and the Thumb that you're looking to put on the market? Michael Turner with Whitetail Properties is an experienced land specialist that can guide landowners through the successful selling process. With Michael's knowledge of land values in rural markets and access to the most superior tools and technology in the industry, he can get you the best price possible for your property. Visit whitetailproperties.com and search Michael Turner under agents. That's whitetailproperties.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, purchasing local soybeans, processing the local beans, and marketing local Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been doing that since 1991. Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today.
Just one quick recap. 56 our projected high for today, then 71 tomorrow before that rain starts to move in during the day on, overnight tomorrow night and during the day on Saturday. Once again, up to 71, 72 for a high on Saturday before we drop off on Sunday. That's all we've got for you right now. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, but now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW FM, Carlton.